if the communication was good, would that person have been the one, possibly?
Not the one. He was fun, but
Okay.
not the one.
That's
Oh,
okay.
he was fun, but not the one. Okay. Okay.
And we are back with another episode of KII CARRY, where we key.
And we carry.
I'm Troy.
I'm Damon.
And yes, we are back on our Barbie Watcher shit. Yo, King us, if you will. We're back with another interview with Markel from the Chasing reality production. He's also the executive producer for the web show Lovers and Friends. We actually just reviewed season 2 of Lovers and Friends. So
Check that out. Check that out.
interview, yeah, definitely go check those videos out.
Come on, Troy. Come on, y'all. It's Key and Carrie.
Girls love to key and cackle.
Listen, I've been keying and carrying all reviews y'all been doing. It's been so good.
Thank you. I just want you to know that I key and he carries. Okay, that's how it happened. How are you doing tonight?
You know, so far so good. I stay busy, so I'm actually doing some editing now.
Don't I know?
Listen, everybody's like, oh, I want a show, I want to spin off, I want to do this and do that. I'm like, okay, that sounds good, but who's going to edit? Because that's the part that takes forever.
Listen.
So I'm doing a scene right now. It's like, this don't even sound right. The mic messed up. So I'm kind of like, okay, maybe I should just do it over.
Editors really are the problem solvers of the world. Like, how are we gonna fix this audio? How are we gonna make this make sense? Like,
and then we don't get no credit.
Exactly.
We the one who making this beautiful.
Right. It's the director or the producer, you know.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Thank you for joining us. I guess we could just jump right into it. So, my first question for you, Markel, is how did Lovers and Friends come about?
So, what a mixy question is these days. So, Lovers and Friends came about. Let's say, in a short nutshell, no, I'll be honest. Okay, so I was watching Kevon's show, The Shit We Do for Love, his first season, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I like the idea, but I said, maybe we should like move it to Dallas or something, like do a Dallas version. So he was on live with Travis, and Travis was like, let's do a Dallas version. So I reached out to Travis DM. I was like, do you think, like, was that a serious thing? Or are we all just talking? He was like, no, I think that's serious. So I reached out to Kevon. I said, hey, I want to do like a Dallas version. I sent him my mock-up. I don't think he liked it. So I was like, okay. So then at that moment, I remember sitting at home with my boyfriend. We were watching, I don't know what we were watching. I think it was around the time that I think that he just didn't want to move forward with my idea. And my boyfriend was like, maybe you should just do like, you know, like have the lover in there, like the friends can help him out. And then like you can have Usher playing in the background, the song Lovers and Friends. And he was like, yeah, right there. And he was like, you know, at the end they can decide if they have a lover or a friend. And I was like, you know what? That sounds like a good goddamn idea. Wait a minute.
Look at Usher's influence.
But let me switch this out, and let me change this, and let me change that song, and let me change the concept just a little bit. But yeah, and that's how I came about.
So you said that you were editing. So do you like do all of it? Like, do you edit, cast, direct, hold the camera, all of it, or?
So, okay, so like for Lovers and Friends, I did all the casting, all the camera work. The only thing I did not do is the editing on Lovers and Friends. That was all in Dario. Shout out to him for chasing
shout out
reality.
to Dario.
He does an amazing job. With season 1, most of the time we're like sharing the screen, so I'm seeing what's going on. He's saying this, I'm giving ideas. Or like when it comes to the intros, we go back and forth, like what it should look like, what scenes need to be used, all that good stuff. But I kind of like gave him the ranks of season 2. I was like, You know what I want.
Uh,
Let's just make it work. But like for this other project, it's solely just me. It's all completely me.
okay, cool. Is that also reality area or is that more scripted content?
It's reality ish.
Okay.
It's like a reality docu-series ish, but it's every day you're filming, you kind of change your idea. You're like, let me add a green screen, because at first I was like, no green screens at all this entire season, and I was like, okay, I add a green screen. So I don't know. It's kind of going up and down. So it's leaning more towards reality.
Okay.
We'll see.
So you said you did the casting. So did you do the casting for season 1 and season 2, or just season 2?
Absolutely. Everything, anybody you see on the show is all me.
Okay, so let's
so go ahead and get to the grilling.
Right, I'm like,
yeah.
Go ahead and get to it.
You can go
Season 1 Bachelors. I was a fan of season 1 Bachelors. Jameer and Premier, I believe.
Yes.
Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I like Dennis. I think Dennis actually used this platform to look for a partner, to look for love.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, as we said in our previous Lovers and Friends reviews, we don't have anything against Lionel. It's just, was he being held at gunpoint during like the filming, or like?
No,
was not interested in being there.
Did y'all have cue cards for him to like read behind the camera? Like,
no. So let's go back to the beginning. So I mean, we put out the casting call. Everybody applied. So to be honest, at that moment, we were actually filming a Vegas version and a Dallas version. So I actually had a Vegas bachelor, and before Lionel was even a part, it was actually going to be Dennis and this guy named Daniel. And it just didn't work out in Vegas. It's not a lot of Black gays in Vegas that we think that actually want to be a part. So it was like a really small community, and they were just kind of like, I don't really know if I want to be out there like that. So like, whatever. So I put the casting out, and I was just looking for the Bachelor, the daters, and also a Bachelorette. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna spin it up. I'm gonna do a girl as well. And Lionel, he submitted his audition tape. And I liked what he presented. Now, what he presented on camera is very like, I'm single. I just moved to Dallas from Kentucky. I was raised by a white family, so I really don't. I'm a little bit different, but I don't have too many friends. But I'm looking for love. I'm ready. Like, he was really excited and everything for like looking for love. So I was like, okay, so he was a part of the batch of people who was going to be the Bachelor. And it was actually it was Lonnie who went on the date with Dennis. He was good. He was going to be a potential, but actually he kind of told me, he was like, I don't want to do the show if I'm not going to be a Bachelor. Well, I'm the producer, so
right.
I'll let you know when you're going to be. So it was Lionel, Lonnie, and Premier was really advocating for Eric, who was hoverboard. He was really advocating because he thought he'd be really entertaining. And was there somebody else? I think that was it. And what separated the two was really like, I did a second interview with them, and Lionel just kind of gave me something that I was looking for. Now, when it transpired to camera, was a little bit different, okay? Camera was a little bit different. He was really like, this is my first time on camera, I'm shy. And I got it because what you guys saw on the green screens, like how he was so more animated in the green screens, is because I kind of had to, not necessarily coach him, but kind of give him the direction of how to give a green screen.
Do you think, okay, so of course there's the storyline of his ex and him talking about his ex on the date with Mike. Do you think he was more so still into his ex?
Well, duh.
And like this was kind of him trying to get his feet wet?
You know, that sounds really good. That's a good narrative. Really good narrative. So at the time, his ex was not a part of the equation at all. I didn't know nothing about speaking to the ex every day. I didn't know communication. I didn't know anything about that. So during filming, no. afterwards, listening to it and playing it back, I was kind of like, I think you're still in love with your ex. And you need to nourish that and figure out what the hell happened, fix it, or whatever. But you know, that really wasn't his thing. He really wasn't into his ex anymore, per him. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I do think now. So here's the thing. I read every comment, and I would say this. I would say 95%. No, I can say like 98% of the comments, everybody likes the show. They enjoy the show. They enjoy the concept. The other, I say that 85% is about the show. The other 15% it was about they hate Lionel. Absolutely hated him. They did not like that his energy. They didn't like that he seemed like he just didn't want to be there. He wasn't interested. He was just so negative. And personally, you know, as I was filming it, I didn't see that. Right. But then towards the end, and playing it back, I honestly didn't mind it because I felt like it really reminded me of like what gay people go through in the real world of dating. We are very judgmental. You say you the manager at McDonald's and like they think of McDonald's. No, I don't do that. You want to go? You want to go to? I don't want to go to like. They do that. So I didn't mind it because I was just like, I hope that people watch how negative he was and realize how hard dating is for people like him and see themselves in there. So when they're dating, they'll change themselves and stop being so negative.
I could see that. That's a good narrative because I feel like that's like relatable. But no, I could definitely see that playing out better. I think maybe if he just had more language to that, like speaking into that experience versus just being over it, I feel like that would have translated better.
You're right. We live.
But I mean, but that's him though. You know, like that's what he.
But I didn't know. It was almost like I didn't know. And it's like somebody was grilling me. They were like, well, you need to ask more. You need to ask more questions while you're doing your interview with these people to get more qualified candidate. And I'm just like, I said, well, how about this? How many times have you gone through a job interview and you fluff and lied your way through? You fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when you got the job, you like, well, bitch, let me Google something. How you use Excel again? You know, you try to fake it till you make it. And I felt like that's kind of like the situation when it was like when he presented to me was like, I'm ready. This is what I want to do. So I went for it. So I don't think it turned out bad. I feel like
it didn't. It was still, I mean, to give Lionel credit, he was definitely giving you expression, faces, you know, like I was like, that's relatable. Like things would happen.
He did.
But I was gonna ask, so like now that everything has played out, how do you feel about the drama, the plot twist? I mean, I guess there were multiple things that was going on, but I guess just to speak on one thing, because I watched the finale and I was like, okay, you know, this is strange. I feel like something's missing. And then I think I watched reality TV hermit junkie, shout out to her. I watched her review and she said, oh, watch the after show. So I go and watch the after show and I'm like, this is like reading a book and like two of the pages are like stuck together. Listen, so like you gotta read that page.
It was a lot. It was a lot. I'll start back with during the 1 month, and it was more like a month and a half, almost 2. When we came here, we was doing the green screen, and I was like, okay, so tell me what happened. Tell me, okay, well, actually, rewind. Let's get back to this. So Lionel actually like kind of cool. I'm not gonna say he quit the show. Towards the end, he just got ghosted. I didn't hear from him at all. I was texting, I was calling, I was like, okay, hello, we need to film these last scenes. We got these green screens, you know, you got Mike, you know, like, what's going on here? And like, he literally went ghost, was not responding to none of my messages or anything. And it went on for a good 3 weeks. And then finally, he reached back out to me. And it was still when he reached out to me, from when he reached out to me until when I saw him was still like 2-3 weeks in between. So it was almost like a month and a half of like no filming with him. So I say that to say, when we did the 1 month recap, and he was saying, Kelvin had to. I found Kelvin on Jack. Okay, what the hell are you even doing on there? I found Kelvin on Jack. And my mom, like, I thought you said, because I thought you said he was crazy. You met up with Kelvin, y'all slept together, and then Kelvin took his phone and texted me that he didn't want to do the show no more, or he don't want to go on no more dates with Mike. I did get that text message. So as he was saying it to me, I'm behind the camera like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, keep talking, like what's going on? So as he's saying it, I'm really just shocked the entire way. I think I was more shocked than the whole sex part. I was like, what?
Yes.
I was more shocked at that. But I think after the drama, it was a lot of drama between Lionel and Kelvin, because still to this day, I don't really know who's telling the truth. Because leave it up to Kelvin. Like I was asking Kelvin, I said, Kelvin, I don't understand how you go from he has bad hygiene, his breath stank, you don't like his jeans, and tidbit, when Kelvin did that interview with you guys, he was like, oh, no, they used that green screen question for something else. No, we did not. No, we did not. The question was, what was your first impressions of seeing Lionel at the date of the group date? That's what the question was. Anyway, sorry, Kelvin, I had to put that out there.
Hey, let us know, educate us.
Clear that up, because I literally go back before the green screens. I go back and watch every scene. Everybody probably has 25 to 30 some questions I ask per scene. You only see about good 4 of them because you have to narrow it down to what makes sense. Yeah, so anyway, the drama between Lionel and Kelvin, even to this day, I don't know if they're cool or not. I don't know who's telling the truth. We've talked on live plenty of times. They're showing receipts. Lionel sent me screenshots of this ain't the truth. I ain't go over there. He did this do-rag. And I'm just like, baby, the show's over, child. I don't know. You didn't even choose
made in heaven. Right.
Right. Like, why are we going for this? And Kelvin, it was just so much. And then Dennis went on a date with Kelvin. It was a lot. It was really a lot. But in my producer mind, I was like, it's pretty messy. Let's film it.
That's right. What's that meme of Aretha Franklin with the video camera?
Let's film it. Yeah. So the drama. I think they're all. I haven't actually talked to Lionel, and it'll probably be good. It's maybe like a week or two. I spoke with Kelvin a few days ago. I spoke pretty much to everybody. I don't speak to all the daters. Or T-Money. I wish T-Money the best.
T-Money, which one? Wait, I'm trying to think.
T-Money was the one you said had the one stocking that couldn't make it.
Oh, wait, you said he had the what?
Okay, so remember during on episode 2 when the friends was meeting all the bachelor, the daters. T-Money sent the video in with the wig on, the one stocking, saying they couldn't make it.
Oh, right. Okay, I forgot. Okay. So speaking of that, I think you kind of spoke about this on the after show, but like, do you plan to include be more inclusive, of like different identities and like even just like different types of like people? Like I know you had who was the guy you had on first season that painted his nails and Jamil, like more like alternative or like people with like different perspectives within the community. Do you plan on doing?
Absolutely. I like, because even like this season, so even the guy Daniel in Vegas, he is very much he's very much into makeup. He's into the nails. Like he's into all that. But this season, I wanted to do something different. So I wanted to have a trans woman. So I had a trans woman on the show, but in this lifestyle, I guess straight down low men go for trans women, and they didn't want to be outed on the show. So I couldn't really have her on the show no more because I was like, well, no one's going to show up, and I don't want this to be an embarrassment for you.
Right.
I tried a trans man, but he was a little bit too rough for me. he was just a little bit too rough. He was like, no, we got to do it like this. And these girls can be bad bitches in this. I was just like, next season. I don't even think I even responded to the last message. I stopped that. And then I had a lesbian girl. She was cool, but she came off really like she wanted to be the producer, and she was kind of telling me like what I need to do, and I didn't like that. And I was like, no. Speaking of, she actually just reached out to me this morning or yesterday. It was like, if you want to come back and do like a bachelorette of girls, let me know. I'm still thinking about it, but no, I want to do everybody. Like, because like with season 1, a lot of people was like really getting on my case about like why nobody on here is attractive.
Oh, well,
why?
I don't want to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But I just feel like that's kind of, I wouldn't say an issue in our community, but I feel like sometimes when people look at shows like this, it's like everybody needs to be like movie star, top model, attractive, and it's like that's cool, but like
it's not realistic. It's just not realistic.
We need regular people too. Like regular people need to find love too.
It wasn't the reality. So
right.
I was like, if I do this show, I want everybody included. I want gaps, I want acne, I want fat, I want short, tall, a different race. I want every type of thing that I can think of that I was able to do during COVID. And so I think I was able to get people who were young, like Fannin. He was 20 at the time. I got Sid. He was Indian. Jeremy, who he's a handsome guy, but he's bigger than the rest, and he won. Well, not won, but he found love. So I wanted to make sure that I kind of included everybody. But and then I told people, I was like, listen, you can't ask me who I think is attractive, because what I think is attractive, you may not think that's attractive. So I'm going off of like, when I literally do the casting, it's like Dennis. I say, Dennis, okay, what you looking for? How tall they gotta be? Okay, what kind of career? Straight teeth, buck teeth, Again,
Dennis don't want no punks, okay?
No punk.
No punk. No sissy, no that. I said, well, what does that mean? And then and that's kind of how we find people that instead of like being so surface. Everybody who was on the show, whether you're a dater or a bachelor, they all wanted the same thing. Either they all wanted the same type of person or had the same goals and driven. If they would actually took the time to speak with people and stop looking at their first look, they would realize this could be my person. But we live in this shallow world where it ain't happening. So yeah.
Right. So, Markel, I do want to ask if you could do like a crossover where you could take like 2 personalities from like other web shows and cast them for Lovers and Friends. Who would you choose? I know it's kind of like on the spot, kind of random. But...
Oh no, it's not on the spot, because season 3 will have somebody from a crossover.
Hot boys.
Well, okay, so let's go back. So, since you bring it up, August was supposed to be on this season of season 2.
Wow, okay.
But I don't really know what happened. I think more like the back and forth between Houston and Dallas. It's just, even though it's 3 hours away, that's still, that back and forth can be a lot. So I didn't get a chance to work with August, but I still want to work with him on something. I don't know yet. And then he was doing his own dating show. I don't know what the hell happened to that. But yeah, so if I had to do a crossover with any show, what bachelors, who would I add?
Bachelors or bachelorettes?
Let me break it off. If I had to do the hot boys, I would do August and Ken.
Okay.
If I did,
you might need somebody else needs some love on that show, and I think that is the reason.
Braylon, okay, hold on. It's August.
Trash can.
Braylon.
And it's crazy. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Who,
I gotta say it. No,
don't. He's my Ashlyn. What's his real
Yes,
name?
sir. Mother.
I gotta go. Call me later.
I said, and shout out to him, but like,
Yeah, shout out to the Hot
like,
Boys.
we were like, he is so annoying on this show, and then I was like, you know what? I think if he had a man, he wouldn't be as annoying.
Is he sing? I thought he had somebody though.
You never know with the Hot Boys. No shade, but
I mean,
always...
I couldn't really keep like. I mean, I did watch the show to support, but I couldn't really. It was a lot going on with the stories, and I don't remember if they said he had a boyfriend or not. I thought they did. Maybe I'm just making that up. I don't know. If I did Chasing LA, it would be. See, I'm trying to think. Okay, are y'all asking me like for like producer wise, like for it to be a good show, or like really find them love?
It's crazy that you went straight to Chasing LA, because I put in my notes that show could use some lovers and friends. Like, no shade, love the show.
What do you
but
mean?
That cast was so hostile. Like that group of people, it was just toxic just from the jump. So they could use like a mix up. Throw somebody in there like on some dates or something. Bring some positivity.
Didn't they go on a date? No.
You know what? Two cast members did end up hanging out.
Yeah.
And
you see how that ended up.
So you know what? Scratch that.
You still out here doing this stuff for free. Okay. All right.
Oh my God. Took the words right on my mouth.
Yeah. D Hawkins and Jeremy. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was a whole lot of, but I would choose King Payne.
Okay.
And I would choose Jayla.
Okay.
Cute.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I would do Jayla.
That would be real interesting.
Yeah. And Atlanta, let me see, who would I choose from Atlanta? Atlanta, I would choose Kendra. Well, she got a man, but if she was single, I would choose Kendra. And
I mean, no shade by this, but is it Wayne the Pain? Or are they just, is that just manager? Okay.
No,
because I don't really watch the show, but I just see them together. So I'm like, is that her man? Or
wait
is
a minute. Okay, what show do you watch? So I can pick somebody from that show.
I watch, let's do G Status. Let's go there.
G Status.
Okay, there's so many people on there. If it was going to be a really good show, I would do. I don't know. I'm just sick of seeing him. No, I'll tell y'all that off camera. I don't even want to put that energy out there, but I'm just tired of seeing this person. I would do.
You know who I think would be a good look? Would be real interesting.
Who? Because I can't think right now.
If you did Sherrod and you did not our guy, who else? Redrick. I think that would be really interesting.
Redrick. Okay. So here's the thing. In my mind, I was thinking of Redrick and Milan from season 1.
Oh Lord, not Milan. Not Milan.
Come on,
Milan was with the hair, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I just think that he would be so extra.
You got it. Like
he would be so extra. Yeah. So I would do that. But yeah, there is a season 3. I do there's one person solidified on the cast, and he will be a bachelor.
Nice.
And it will be good.
Ooh.
Are you gonna keep up with the tradition of having someone from last season become a bachelor, or are you just starting from scratch?
Is that your way of trying to figure out who number 2 is?
No, I genuinely had this question because I was like, it would be so interesting if like every season you brought somebody back that was a bachelor, or I guess that was like a contestant last season to be a bachelor.
So to be honest with you, I do. Okay, so I listen to myself first, and then I do listen to the audience and feel like, because I listen to you guys, because you guys are the ones watching it. So what do you guys think? So I got mixed reviews about that. Either fresh people or bring somebody back. Now, bringing Dennis back, I only brought him back just because the whole him and Premiere thing, it went south, and Dennis was always a good sport. Dennis, he was really into it. I never had no issues with Dennis, and he just and everybody liked him. Like the audience liked him, and I was just like, he's a likable person. Well, let me just bring him back for a round two. Would I bring somebody back? Okay. I would bring somebody back. I would.
Okay.
Would I keep this tradition? Sure, I would.
Okay.
And maybe I'll do 3 people. Maybe I'll do 3 people this time.
Okay.
That'd be real interesting.
But I've already I sat back and I was just like, what could I have done differently on this season? I mean, there's some things I probably could have done differently, but I know for season 3, I'm definitely, the concept will always be the same. But the new elements that I'm going to add in will kind of make the concept look a little bit more different. But I do think it's for the best. And make, without saying, make people who are on the show more useful.
Oh,
that makes
okay.
sense.
I think I'm getting what you're saying. I think I'm getting it.
Make them more useful. Yeah.
I love how concise the show is. I love how it's just a nice like 5 to 6 episodes and
it's straight to the point.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, you should make this 10 episodes. For what?
Right. That's more work for you. I mean, we're no strangers to work.
To be honest with you, if I'm thinking about getting paid from YouTube, sure, I can make it longer. But to be honest with you, literally, we get to know the people, we get to know their friends. I tell you what I want. Boom, episode 2. All right, friends, who you like? Boom, episode 3. We go on these dates. Episode 4, you want to go on a second date. Episode 5, who you want to be with? Like, let's get into it. It'll be different if we were all living in a house. And something like that, maybe. But like, I just feel like this is. And to be honest with you, when all these people and their schedules, I was over it.
I was gonna ask that because we've mentioned some interesting characters on this video. So like, what is it like dealing with like big personalities like as a producer? Like, do you ever like, especially since it's like they're not getting paid, like would you say like people drop out? Like, how is it trying to get them to stay in it?
I do think so it's almost a twofold. So when people realize that it's on Chasing Reality, they automatically think, oh, it's gonna be some drama, it's gonna be fighting, drink thrown. So I have to already reassure them, no, Lovers and Friends is not that type of show. Okay, this is actually a real dating show. I really want these people to find love or find some type of connection. So to get people to stay on the show, I haven't had that problem except for Lionel this season, which I guess he was with Kelvin. I don't know. I don't know what was
allegedly.
Allegedly. I still love you, Lionel. I mean, I don't hate Lionel. But I was just really confused about that part. But to get people to stay on the show, no. I think the hard part is getting people to actually sign up. Because some people are just, 1, they're nervous. 2, they don't want to be on camera. 3, they're like, I don't want to look a fool. I don't want you guys to try to set me up. I don't. Or they want to be in control. I want to control who you guys pick. And no, it's not how this works. So no, it's not hard to keep everybody. What the hard thing is everybody's schedules and have everybody be at a certain place at one time. Like, I don't know if you guys paid attention on episode 2 when we were doing the friends are meeting the bachelors, well, the potential bachelors. And then you notice there were some people added on at the mixer who you guys didn't get a chance to see. So the mixer, the meet and greet, I guess you'll say, where the friends was meeting the potential daters, that was going on for so long that I would forget there were people outside waiting, and they would just leave. Or they had other engagements going on. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel so bad. And then I thought we were done. And then towards the last few people, you'll see that the friends are not sitting on the chairs. they're sitting on like the back wall because I like cleaned up and I was like, oh God, we got about 4 more people outside. Okay, this is what we got. So I don't even remember your question.
Oh,
I feel like I just went all around the world with that.
A mess because I don't remember it either. I was just so into what you were saying. I was like, like,
I'm just gonna say yes. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't remember.
You have
Let me
another
ask y'all a question. Would y'all ever
yeah.
want to be a part of the show as a bachelor or a dater?
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
a
I
good
would.
question. Would I? I feel like I would. Yeah, I feel like it'd be fun.
Okay, so let me go through my interview process.
I-
Okay. So what would you say is an absolute, Troy, let's start with you. What would you say is your two must-haves and two you just absolutely, you don't want in somebody? It could be physical, it could be superficial, it can be about their career, it could be anything about that. What is two things you just absolutely must have and two is absolutely no?
Must have job, employment. Absolute hands down. Two, I hate to sound so shallow, but like transportation. I'm not big on transportation, but yeah, you have to have transportation. I guess two turnoffs, I guess. Someone who, okay, this is, I hate it. I know of such and such and such a type of bitch. I know my body.
Okay.
I know
Mhm.
my car. I
Mhm.
hate a motherfucker that drives around on E. If I always get in your car,
Did you just
and
say
your
I
gas-
know my body?
I
Yeah,
What
I
the
know
heck?
my body type
Log
motherfucker.
on. Log on.
I know my car, all of that. I know such and such and such. I can't vouch that type of thing. So,
Oh my god.
yeah. If I always get in your car and your gas light is on, that I'm anxious. First of all, I don't want to be in a car and anxious, like we're about to run out of gas. And then I guess another turn off, somebody who can't hold a conversation. Like,
Okay.
no, you know what? Let me rewind that. Somebody who doesn't have a sense of humor. Like somebody who does not have a sense of humor. Like you don't have a sense of humor, if you're not sarcastic, we definitely won't mesh. So
Okay. So if you had, okay, so if I presented, okay, let's just say this. This is how it works. If I'm in my producer mood right now, right? So if I presented somebody to you who had transportation, who had a bomb personality, like he was like a comedian, like he could hold a conversation. Gas is never on E because he don't even believe in it. It don't go past that. Okay. He was great. He was literally everything you want. He talks to him on the phone. He got that quiet storm voice. He's giving you what you want, right? But when you meet him, he's 4'11", but he's very handsome. Is that 4'11" going to be a deal breaker for you? And the room gets quiet.
Right.
Honestly, I'm gonna say yeah. Just because my mom is 4'11", so I don't want to look at him and then I don't know. This is
That's a reach.
my mom. My mom.
I was trying to see where he was gonna go with that. I'm like, okay.
Like, oh.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Damon, if there's a person. Okay, what area do you guys live in? What city and state?
Well, I live in
I'm in
Chicago. He
Detroit.
lives in Detroit. Yeah.
So in Chicago, is the not community? Is there like a transit, a bus, a train, so easy everybody is very accessible, can get around?
Mm-hmm.
So if he doesn't have a car, you okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, I take the train, so you know, like. Well, okay. Here's the thing about living in like Chicago and probably New York. There's no parking. There's nowhere to park. So like, you're either gonna drive around for like 30 minutes to find parking, or you're gonna pay a lot of money. So, you know.
So that means for dates, you guys always have to meet for a date?
Well, I take like a Uber or, you know,
okay,
sometimes they have cars, you know.
What if he had 4 roommates?
4 roommates? What's
Who
the
is he Nico from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? What's going on?
This is the reality that we live in here.
I can't.
It happens.
Oh my God. Is it a 4-bedroom at least, or
N- uh, okay, let's just say it's a 4-bedroom, and everybody got their own bedroom. But they all share the living room, the sofa, not sofa. I mean, the living room, the kitchen.
ooh, you really coming through with the questions? Because I'm gonna
Listen,
have to say no. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say
but
no.
okay, but why is that? Why is that a red flag? Or well, not a red, like a no for you.
I just feel like that's just too many people. It's too much energy. Like we can never go to your place because somebody's always around. And I'm not saying like, oh, like if I go to the person's house and their roommate is there, it's a problem. But like that's like 4 people. That's a lie. Like you could at least get a studio. Like come on now, like that that would be better than 4 roommates. You know, no shade to nobody who has 4 roommates, but
But
it ain't. You know, ugh. But but no, I get it. I feel like we all have our like hangups. And even if like we're open-minded, you're like, are you though? Like, how open-minded are you? You know?
I think we're open-minded to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're all open-minded to like, okay, I'll have a conversation. I'm going on a date. Now I don't know where it's gonna go from here, but I'll be that nice. Maybe that's probably a stretch for some people. That's probably a stretch for some people.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wanted to bring up the idea of, because I know a couple people were saying like the reason why this didn't turn out so well is because the gays don't know how to date. Like the gays don't know how to date. And I just kind of wanted to get maybe your perspective on like if you think that's the case, and also like why do you think that's the case if you think that?
So I will say, I think, well, let me go back to the show. I think like on season 1, I think they were successful. They found somebody who they had a connection with on the show. They never saw these people before. They met on the show. They had a connection. Now, what happens after the show? If you guys proceed to like continue to like each other, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to get you guys the connection.
Right.
So if it doesn't work out from there, then it just doesn't work out. So I think season 1 was a success. And then for season 2, I don't really know about season 2, but why I think that it doesn't really work out. Do we not know how to date? I think, I always hear this answer. Well, this response. People are too, I think that they say that we are too accessible now. We're too accessible when it comes to social media, when it comes to just like anything. And people are too easy to reach, so that's why dating is hard. I just think that I think the reason why people don't have successful relationships or it doesn't last long is because number one, they don't give people a chance. And number 2, they don't stay in it long enough to work through these red flags that can be fixed. So I think that people are so easily to give up because there is other options always just laying around somewhere. I also think that I don't want to say open-minded because everybody has their own like type or what they like or what they normally go for. I think that sometimes people are not really ready for a relationship. I think people envy what other people have and be like, oh, I want that, but you really don't know what a relationship come with. It is a full-time job, okay? It ain't temp, it ain't contract, it ain't part-time, okay? She is full-time.
Listen.
with sometimes benefits, okay?
Sometimes. Okay.
So you just have to like go in being ready. I also think what a factor is that a lot of people, I hate this whole, it needs to be 50-50. I bring 50, it comes 100. No, I don't want half of you, first of all. You need to come full. I need you to be 100, okay? So here's the thing. If I'm going to date you, I want you to be already ready for a relationship. I want you to already be established in your own way. And that can just be confidence. When I jump into this relationship with you, I'm just a bonus, okay? I'm just the person who paid a tip. I'm just a bird. I'm just the dessert.
You're not raising no man.
That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. We're just a bonus. And we are a bonus for each other. And when you can find that you're not raising somebody or you're not having to teach somebody, it just kind of works. But we live, I mean, it's such a shallow. I've never had to actually, knock on wood, I ain't never had to really deal with stuff like that. And I done dealt with some crazy people. But I ain't have to deal with these other people going through. Yeah, I think that's my answer. Stick with it. It's almost like having acne, okay? You put a bump, you put some cream on it and they're gonna go away the next day. 4 to 6 weeks. Give it time. And actually, a lot of people do come to me about not the relationship problems, but I always say, put things on a time frame. I say, if your man or woman keeps acting up, give yourself a mental 30 days. You done already told them what the issue is, you already told them what the problem is, they got 30 days. If they don't fix it, and in your head, you need to be prepared and decide, is this something I can deal with, or is something that I can't? And if you can't, let it go. But you need to give that person time to be able to fix it and correct it. But mentally in your mind, give them a time frame. Because if not, you're gonna be 2 years down the line. Dang, I wasted 2 years. You could have been wasting 30 days.
That's true. That's a shorter time. Like I'd rather waste a month than 2 years.
I'd rather waste a month. Rather waste a month.
No, I feel that, but I just thought that was like an interesting topic that people kept talking about, just because it's our community, and I just feel like that is kind of like a stereotype that, like, I guess they say like lesbians like move in together and like end up being a family, but the gays like they don't like stay together. They just kind of
But don't the lesbians normally always fight each other?
I guess it's my fault for bringing it up in the first place.
So, okay, so are you guys both single or dating right now?
I'm dating, I would say.
Dating, yeah.
So you're dating, okay. What, let's say the last 6 months, why haven't the people who you dealt with, why haven't they, what made you not commit to them or move forward with them, be like, you know what, this may be the one?
Ooh. I don't know. I would say for me, like, this is gonna sound weird, but I just feel like I have a lot going on right now, and I just feel like I don't know if I can dedicate that time to like somebody. Like you said, it's a full-time job, and I just feel like, if I say like, yeah, I'm in this, and then next thing you know, I'm like, oh, well, I have this and I have this, and I'm thinking about this, and I'm elsewhere. They're gonna be like, you said you was in this, So
that's valid. That's valid, because sometimes you really don't have the time if you're really pursuing your career or whatever else you got going on. So I feel like that's valid. Troy?
Nothing petty. It was just communication. We kept running into like scheduling conflicts, and I guess just trying to communicate that. We kind of just lost touch in like the midst of that, so we just kind of haven't spoken. So that was just miscommunication.
If the communication was good, would that person have been the one, possibly?
Not the one. He was fun, but not the one.
He was fun, but not the one. Okay.
He was fun, but yeah, no, not the one.
Not the one. Okay.
I love this psychoanalyzation of KII CARRY. Like,
y'all don't know what y'all signed up for. You brought me on
here. Because we haven't done like a get to know us or anything like that.
Yeah,
so like,
right.
I guess information about us is controversial. Not controversial, confidential. Sorry, this caffeine.
Are y'all out here setting off the blogs about stuff?
You
said, are we set off the blogs?
Oh no, not yet.
Not
Yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Wait,
no,
what do you mean?
No, because you were saying that you guys haven't really came out and said your bios or whatever. And
I just feel like we haven't gotten to it yet. I don't know. I feel like we're just trying to establish that like I guess viewership first before we're like, hey, because I feel like now our content is very like, watch this show or watch this review of a show that you watch. It's not necessarily like people come and be like, I mean, of course, there are some people that watch us and then, are like, oh, I watched this and now I'm watching this. But I think we're still trying to build up that audience.
Y'all do a very good job. I mean, I do watch a lot of reviews on just other shows, and I feel like you guys take the time to actually bring up clips and show clips, and then have the emojis and have the slide through and have the gifs and have this and then the commentary. It's like it's a show. Because some reviews I do have to like skip a little bit, but I don't skip y'all. I don't skip you guys. It's because it's very entertaining. So I'm like, okay. I think I said it in the comments. I was like, I like what you guys are doing here. I like what we're doing. It's work for editing. I get that part. Yes. It's work, but it looks inconsistent. It looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if we're ever late, which we are, that's why. So, you know,
is there an actual schedule? Like, do you guys have a schedule? Like every Monday we drop.
Okay, so the plan is to try to like do at least like, okay, so if a show drops, we try to do maybe a review or have a review out maybe like 2-3 days after. Haven't really been doing that just because like other things have been getting in the way, but I'm definitely gonna try like super hard. I think we're both gonna try to like stay on a schedule. I also feel like longer episodes, you know, cost for more editing, so the shorter the episode, you know, the easier it is to get out. So
right. Okay. Troy, you guys something to say,
right?
What is? No, I was just gonna say, come on, Mr. Editor. But yeah, we try to stick. We created a schedule to where we would try to record like twice a week. We would try to record like the day after like an episode dropped. That way, like Damon said, we can have it out 2-3 days later. But we haven't kind of been struggling with it, but we're gonna stick to it definitely so we can stay consistent and grow our audience, and you know, keep connecting with like personalities, producers like yourself. So, yeah. Because thank you again for joining us for this interview, by the way.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Listen, I was already excited for it. I told myself I wasn't going to do any interviews. I was like, I've done enough interviews with the Chasing Dallas. This time I want to be behind the scenes. Just let me do me. But you know, I mean, I've had conversations with other bloggers and stuff off camera, but this is the actual first and only Lovers and Friends producer interview there's going to be, because I'm not doing another one now. Season 3, but right now, no.
KII exclusive.
The show is over now. You know, everybody's in their happy space. I hope so.
It was so interesting because like I watched Chasing Dallas with you on there. And it was just interesting seeing you like on that show versus like on the after show for Lovers and Friends, because it was just such a like stark difference. Like, of course, on there you're like, you know, being a personality and like doing what you know a cast member would do, but like on like Lovers and Friends as a producer, it's almost like you're the parent. Like you're like, okay, let's stay on topic. Okay, let's, you know, like like you told Kelvin, you're like, can you turn your camera? I was like, yes, come on, producer. Like,
because it was just looking so stupid, like this camera. You know, I feel like what's the most political way to say this without roughing people's feathers? You can't say nothing these days. Okay, so I will say this. Yes, I am I am myself on Chasing Dallas. However, over the years, like right now we're doing season 3 starts next week. And you'll see that there is just a transitional change with me. And I just feel like, actually, YB Entertainment, I don't know if you guys ever watch him.
Oh yeah, love them.
Yeah. He said something, I don't know if it was on our season 2 review, or it was on Chasing Atlanta or something, but he said something that really clicked with me instantly. And I was like, well, you couldn't hear that, but he said, you know, it's always good to see everybody has like their business growth, like hair salons and hair and shops and cars, or like, whatever the situation is, right? But if you guys are still acting the same from 3 years ago, like, where is the personal growth? Like, I don't understand. Why are you still arguing? Why are you still acting like a fool? Why are you still like being that same person? Like, did you not ever learn from being that person? And when he said that, I was just like, you know, that is so true. That is so true. Because in my real life, where the camera's not in my face and I'm not all rah, rah, rah. So like, even going forward on this season, I'm very much, except for 2 times. Okay, there's 2 times.
2 incidents. Like,
there were 2 times that I felt fed up and I just had like, you know what? I have been quiet all goddamn year. But now I'm going to finally say something. But no, I kept it quiet because I'm just like, child, I'm not going to argue about a lie.
I mean, not to step on my soapbox, but like, I feel like me and Troy like always talk about this, how like, I think like seeing people like Nene Leakes and like Kenya Moore and like people like that, I think that has taught people to know that like, okay, well, if I come in and I'm a character like that, I'm going to be known, whether it's good or bad, whether people hate me or they love me, it's still attention. And so I feel like, you know, like, of course you need characters like that. Of course people are going to have conflict. It is what it is. But I think people just need to be themselves. I think that that's an important part of it. Like, it doesn't really translate if you're not being yourself. If that's not who you truly are, then it just seems weird and ingenuine.
Right. And I as much as I love Nene, love her down, even when she act a fool, still love her. I think that when her I'm gonna say craziness, when her rah-rah turned into like her personal life, turned into like, I'm going to disrespect the people who create this for you, it's taking it too far, right? And I think that Kenya has a balance where I'm gonna fuck shit up on camera, but off camera, I'm nice and sweet. I'm not gonna disrespect the producers. I'm not gonna do all this extra stuff because I know this is my job.
Right.
So I was really going somewhere with that, but I can't remember.
No.
I had it all wrapped up, but I can't remember. No, but I just feel like there is a time and a place for things, and you gotta eventually grow up. You can't be the same bitter person or someone who is like harping over something forever.
Agreed. No, definitely.
Yeah, but, so it's time for a change.
Yes. No.
But if they push me, that Markel has very much room to
listen. No, I feel it. But thank you so much, Markel, for talking to us. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much.
You know, you heard it here first. Producer of Lovers and Friends season 1 and 2, season 3's coming soon. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for doing this exclusive interview with me, Markel. Thank you, Troy and Damien. Like you said here first, this is the only interview I'm doing with Lovers and Friends on this season. Yes, there will be a season 3. Look out for all the casting and all that information. Yes, Chasing Dallas starts next week, next Thursday, I believe. And there is another show coming out that I am not going. It's untitled. It's titled, but I ain't telling people it's titled. But I will, because I feel like you guys have been such an inspiration, I will give you guys an exclusive when time permits of like what's to come of that particular show.
Wow. Okay. Yes. We'll be looking forward to that. Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been KII and CARRY, where we key
and we carry.
I'm Damon.
I'm Troy.
And we're here with
Markel.
Oh, go ahead. Hey, listen.
Don't be trying to leave me out this.
No, don't say we're here with Markel, you know, but go ahead. Like, let them know. Like, but yes, we will see y'all in the next one. Peace.